Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Polio Jr. And yeah, it's been a couple weeks since my last video, so I apologize for my absence. But I really wanted to show everybody um, basically what the title was called, these alternatives to Google AdSense and Amazon affiliates. So this is another way um, to monetize the traffic that you're getting to either your website, to your YouTube channel, or to a forum you may have. So I'm going to go through these two things that I really like for just other websites that I do run. But the first one you're looking at right now, I'm not logging into these just because I don't want any personal information. I don't want to go through all the blurring process and so forth. These are actually extremely easy interfaces. There's nothing confusing about them whatsoever. You do not need to be some kind of programmer or anything like that. But the first one, uh, I've actually known about this one for a while, and it's called Bidvertiser. Um, and I'll put a link in the description for it. Um, and long story short, Bidvertiser is just basically allows you to add um, links and banners more specifically to your website. So it also does have pop-up functions and so forth. Obviously, you can definitely see them that some pages have pop-ups that are ads, and then every time somebody clicks on your banner, you get X amount of money and so forth. But uh, now they don't offer like an insane amount, but if you are getting a decent amount of traffic, I would recommend just having Bidvertiser just there, um, just to accrue at least a little bit of extra money. But the next one I'm going to show you is the one that really does pay extremely well. So, but bidvertiser.com, like I said, it's more for monetizing for putting, I'd say more for putting banners on your website. And like I said, there's even pop-up ads. So there's banner and pop-up ads for the most part with Bidvertiser, which over time, obviously, you would accrue a certain amount of money. And after you reach the $10 threshold, you can request a payout, and they do it through PayPal, which is pretty cool. So, yeah. So on to the next one. Now we're going to go to Linkvertise. Again, this is one that I didn't want to log in because I didn't want to blur any personal information out. So Linkvertise is just like any of those other URL shorteners. Like I'm sure you've seen like Bitly. There's a tinyurl.com. Now these are free URL shorteners. So when somebody clicks on a link um, on your website, or on even in the description in your YouTube video, when they click on those links, they go to a Medium page, which is, I'll show you an example right here that I made for. I'll put this in the description as well. This is the example. So when you have links like that, you don't want people to steer away from getting to the target page. So if you clicked on this link in the description, it would go here, and this is just going to the website download AdGuard, which is one of the best pop-up and ad blockers. So it doesn't bring you directly there. You would click this. Obviously, I'm not a robot. And then you see here for this one, all I have to do is activate notifications. And to be honest with you, you don't even have to allow it. Like a pop-up can come up and say allow or deny. So even if you do deny it, you can still get through. You hit continue, and then there's like a little ad right here. It isn't anything crazy with this one. It's receive free coupons, but sometimes there's pictures and there's a video on top and on the bottom and so forth. So, and at least you get an impression, and you get a click to go through to the final destination point, which is right here. So instead of using those other free URL shorteners, I would highly suggest, if people are actually clicking on your links, to why not get the minimum you would get per click is the absolute minimum is 1 cent, and then they give you I think it's up to $17 per 1,000 impressions with Linkvertise. So it's basically just a middle page that just has a couple ads on their page, but there's no pop-ups. It's not highly intrusive or anything, and you always want to make sure that you're not deterring any viewers away by having to go through a whole bunch of um, clicking through and having to activate this and install that. And they do have those options, and you can actually make more money when you do that. The one I just showed you was extremely simple, but these are screenshots that I did take. Nope, not this one. Um, these are screenshots that I did take. Now this is obviously very small, but this is the dashboard on Linkvertise, and you'll see um, the link right here where it says create link. You would click on that, click, and then it would say your target URL. And if you're using your website, you have to make sure that the links are going away from that website. So say my website's poliojunior.net. I can't make well, I can. If I made a link going to, say, poliojunior.net slash whatever DIY, um, it's not going. They're going to basically throttle. They're going to lower the amount on how much you can make. So not on how much you can make, but how much you'll make per click. So your that rate will be a lot lower. Trust me. So you want to make sure that your traffic is going away from your website. So because it's just looked at as kind of like cheating the system, because people are going to your site and then they're going to check out a whole bunch of other things. So for instance, like we would type in like Microsoft.com in here and then continue, and then you would put there's a drop down list here, but you do continue to, and then you would just write like Microsoft.com, whatever it is, and then you would specify what the ending of the link would be, and then this is the final part of creating that link. Now you see these three options here. Now obviously, if all three are checked off and they're in the green, yes, you have the potential to make more money. It's basically, if all three are set, you can get up to between 3 and 5 cents if somebody actually goes through what we just went through. But they would have to install some kind of extension in their browser for this top one. In the middle one, it's just you're allowing the browser to receive notifications, which really isn't that bad. And then the lowest one is making people wait 15 seconds, and then they just see the ads that are on the page. So if you take this top one off, you would lose about a cent or two. Same thing with the second one, you lose about a cent or two. And obviously you would at least want to leave this one where people just have to wait 15 seconds. That's all they have to do, so they don't get too aggravated when they're going through your site or whatever it is. Um, they don't want to continuously go through all of that every single time they click on a link. So, and that's just how you would create a link. And then obviously you would copy that and put it wherever you like. So, yes, having all three of these checked off would, there's the potential for higher revenue, but there's also a potential of losing viewers just because it's a little obnoxious. So you always want to be careful. So what I like to do is just at least get rid of the first one, because the first one um, forces the person, if they want to continue, to like install an extension in the browser, whereas this is just allow notifications and then they have to wait 15 seconds, which isn't a big deal. So, but um, Linkvertise actually, um, they're one of the best ones I've seen as far as if you do get a decent amount of traffic to your website or your YouTube channel or forum, you can actually make a decent amount of extra money off of this. Their minimum payout um, is also $10, and um, they also will pay you through PayPal as well. So I would definitely I would definitely check out Linkvertise. Look at the links in the description. So just click on them; it'll take you right here. And the login is initially signing up is extremely easy, and there's not a lot of you don't need to put in a lot of personal information. So, but yeah, that's really it. I do like Bidver. I do like Bidvertiser. The revenue that it generates isn't that great, but it is cool to have something extra in like in the background or just having like a simple pop up. But Linkvertise is excellent as far as the amount that they pay out, and in that it is a URL shortener going to whatever landing page that is going away from your site. So, like for instance, if you were showing off a product, you would put wherever that product is. Say it's on Amazon, so it would just be like Amazon.com/ blah blah blah, whatever the product is. But that they would go through that middle page and see the advertisements and so forth. So I really like Linkvertise is the one that I highly recommend over anything. So even if you just completely forget about Bidvertiser. So so right now, uh, whatchamacall, if you sign up with my link in the description, you should get of roughly $5. So is what it is. Like if you don't, you get like you just saw, you get like two. Um, it's in euros, but obviously it'll convert in PayPal. So if you sign up with my link in the description, then you actually get $5. You get €5, so which is I get think closer to $6 uh, in US dollars. But that's it. I don't want to keep rambling. I just really, really like Linkvertise as this extra way to make money if you are posting links that are going away from your web page. It's extremely easy way to make money. So, but that's all I have. Hopefully, I'll have another video soon. If not, check out the other 300 or so. So, all right, guys, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.